One of the most important changes to the entire crypto ecosystem is about to take place, and this one is one that I expect to make a ton of money off of. That's right, we have a news event, a fundamental change in the way our ecosystem works that I believe will propel certain tokens to an incredible new position of heightened influence and value. Today, we're going to outline my playbook for the next few days and weeks and tokens that I think should be on everybody's radar. Now, of course, this is just my opinion. You have to do your own research here in crypto land, but I think you guys are going to absolutely enjoy this one thoroughly. So you're definitely going to want to watch it front to back. And if you guys are excited, make sure you destroy that like button because today's episode is packed with value. Of course, if you want the newest and truest information helping you get ahead of the most monstrous moves in the market, then all you have to do is subscribe and put that bell notification on, because we were the first channel to bring you this NFT mania that has minted millionaires in just a few weeks' time. In fact, we've been joking that we are NFTV here on the channel, and we plan to bring you the absolute best opportunities in NFTs, in DeFi, in altcoins, and across the entire beautiful crypto space. So make sure you're subscribed because you're definitely not going to want to miss an update. With that said, let's dive in. Now, in the topic of the day, we get enforced KYC on every single Binance account with no minimum withdrawal below the KYC limit. See, up to this point, you were able to withdraw 2 Bitcoin worth of value from Binance each and every day without undergoing any KYC. And for a lot of people, especially at the lower end of the trading spectrum, 2 Bitcoin was plenty as a daily limit. So you had so many millions of people around the world trading on Binance without fear of KYC issues. And many of those were probably in the United States, who are not allowed to actually trade on Binance. Now, I haven't traded on Binance in literally years, especially once they first started talking about kicking out US participants. I just didn't want the risk of being frozen out of my coins. So I stopped completely trading on there years ago. But there is still bajillions of dollars in volume going through Binance. And this must mean that the regulatory pressure on them is becoming insane, because they would absolutely not do this unless they were completely forced to do it, because it is a competitive disadvantage. And what do we know is the biggest trend of the last several months, maybe years here in crypto land, is the rise of the DEX, or the decentralized exchange, which is a completely unstoppable layer of token transferring and trading happening directly on the blockchain of Ethereum, of Polygon, of BSC, Cardano, you name it. The DEXs are the kings of the future, and what really opens this world to being completely unstoppable, immutable, and it essentially makes it so that there's not really choke points that can stop people from getting in and out of the assets that they want to. Now, what does this mean for you, and how am I looking at this? Now, I see this as the absolute golden moment for DEXs to shine. You thought DEXs were doing well before, you just wait until you can't trade on Binance without KYC, you can't trade on any exchange and withdraw without KYC. That is going to cause an absolute flood into the DEXs, and the valuations that we've seen being attached to things like Uniswap, being attached to things like QuickSwap, SushiSwap, any of those things I believe will pale in comparison to where they're headed. So what am I doing? Of course, I'm stacking up on my DEX tokens, starting first and foremost with SushiSwap. So why am I doing SushiSwap? Well, look at this chart. Obviously, it's only 40% down from its ultimate high of $23, but look at its low here. It put in a low of about $6.40 over the last correction. It's only up barely 100% from there. Whereas look at Luna. Luna touched $4 and it hit $34 just a couple of days ago, which is 8x over where it was, 8.5x. So looking at the percentage gains between Sushi and things like Luna, which is a bigger market cap than Sushi, you can see that, maybe something like Sushi is lagging behind. Also, we look at the total market cap for Sushi at $2 billion, and it's significantly smaller than Uniswap. And I would argue that Sushi is pushing more utility and it's more valuable and useful as far as a DEX. And that's because it's about to introduce its NFT platform, which if you stake your Sushi tokens for X Sushi tokens, you can actually participate in protocol revenue. You can make money off of their money. And just so you get a sense of scale here, if their new NFT platform only has 1/8, and I believe even if they just capture a small fraction, 1/16th, 1/20th of the volume of OpenSea, that it would actually double their protocol revenue, because because the actual fee structures on NFTs are way higher, at least for now. Whereas their DEX makes 0.05%, their actual NFT platform would make 2.5% if they went for the fee structure that OpenSea has. So this is a huge opportunity as they roll out Show You, as well as continue to dominate in the DEX space, which they do have arguably the superior product to Uniswap. So Sushi to me is a big brain play here. It seems to be lagging behind the entire DeFi trend. And that's why I'm very long Sushi right now. And if we're talking about DEX gems, there's obviously one that I've been talking about ad nauseum since before it launched, since before its fair launch here. And just so you get a sense here, its fair launch came in and it was literally just pretty much fractions of a penny. And just so you know, this chart doesn't even show it because actual QuickSwap tokens were trading before they were listed on CoinGecko here for literally a few bucks. And so it's literally gone on a multi-thousand X or something crazy, with its high ultimately being put on here at about $1,600. And so when you look at this, you can see the TVL here is over $1 billion. You can see that the actual transactions and users are extremely high, and yet its market cap is only 250 mil when you're looking at Sushi being 10x their size in market cap, and Uniswap being, gosh, what is this? 140x their size to get to the market cap of Uniswap. And on many days, they have more users and more transactions than Uniswap. So look, I'm just following the data, and the data shows me that QuickSwap is a massive screaming undervalued coin. Now, will that mean it goes up? I don't know. It's very low cap here compared to the other things. If you guys are new to altcoins, know that you could lose a lot of money betting on something like QuickSwap, but I do believe that there is something brewing here with QuickSwap, and that's why I'm very long on Quick. But there's also a ton of other DEXs like PDEX on Polkadot, like SundaySwap, which will come to the Cardano ecosystem. And you just want to find these DEX plays that actually have tons of traction, tons of utility, really good tech, and they're getting the users and the volumes. All of those DEXs like PancakeSwap, SushiSwap, you're looking at QuickSwap, SundaySwap, they all have this incredible upside that will be driven by this KYC requirement coming in to Binance. So remember, this is going to drive this trading volume elsewhere, and it's not going to another CEX, a centralized exchange. It's a no sex September. That's right, we're going all DEXs, and this is going to drive the valuations wild, in my opinion. So moving over to more of a macro outlook, we see Bitcoin has absolutely broken out. Seems as though we're in a bear trap, and this is extremely good for everything. Look, if we break upwards, do I wish I had put all my money in Luna at the bottom of the dip? Of course I do, but I'm not getting mad. I'm getting hungry, and I'm starting to research harder than ever because there are so many dusty gems ready to pump like crazy. And I know that there are some of them that will go absolutely parabolic, ones that have incredible use cases, technology, and they have a dead heartbeat chart that will just not remain the same. My eyes are on DeFi, as DeFi I believe will come raging back as one of the first killer use cases for blockchain that really brought back this entire bull momentum this cycle. And of course, NFT plays remain the biggest and best consumer use case for crypto, so it's going to be NFTs and DeFi. And when I see amazing projects with a dead heartbeat chart or something that is just about to hit the market, I know that there is a huge opportunity here, and I'm going to be getting extremely hungry. If you guys are excited for some gem videos, go ahead, destroy that like button, and remember, as always, the Bell Squad gets the picks first. So if you don't have the bell, you're actually losing out a ton of alpha. You're definitely going to want to subscribe and have that bell notification on. And just like we told you Cardano was going to hit all-time highs and absolutely explode, well, look at it. It's just been sent into price discovery territory, and it's just the beginning. But the reality is the real play here is Cardano ecosystem projects, because they're the ones that are going to go 100x. I'm looking at projects like Giro Wallet, like CardStarter, Charlie 3, and of course the new ones, which we're seeing come up all the time through launchpads like CardStarter, which is a partner of Superfarm, as well as OCamFi, who are also a very good team as well. So we're going to see a ton of projects launching onto Cardano, and those projects are probably going to be easy gains. But just remember, this Cardano hype wave is exactly as it sounds, a hype wave. When all is said and done, in my opinion, Ethereum will remain king. So flip these projects, make your money, buy ADA if you want with it, if you really believe in Cardano, but get out of the low cap coins whenever you can. If you're up a few X's, 10X, 20X and more, take those gains, take those profits, buy stables, buy Ethereum, buy Bitcoin, and of course, if you love Cardano, buy ADA. But the point is, you don't want to be sitting on extremely volatile coins, especially after they've gone 100X. You want to clock in those profits. And the time to get in is right now, before the market goes absolutely bananas and we have TikTok TikTokers making millions of dollars overnight again. You want to get in now, because if you wait, you're going to be chasing the dragon, and you're probably going to get dumped on by people who are brave and got in first and are up 100x now. So eyes on Cardano ecosystem, that's the play. For me, in my opinion, make your own decisions. I wanted to touch on an old favorite of the channel, Parsec. Parsec is phenomenal technology. PRQ just pumped 36% on the announcement of their IQ protocol, and we couldn't be happier to see them flying. So big congrats to Parsec, one of my favorite projects in the space, and I do believe they will have a nice return back to glory here. As you can see, they had this amazing run up. We covered them right at the beginning here under 6 cents, about 5 cents, and they came all the way up to, what was this, 240, 250? Oh yeah, their ultimate high was 262. So incredible gains. And as you can see, this came from me researching, talking to the teams, digging. And finally, we found Parsec, and the rest is history. Absolutely love this project. The team are very humble and sweet. And look at this. They've barely bounced off their lows. They're up, what is this, from 30 cents to 80 cents now, 84 cents. So it's not even a 3x off their lows. And for a low cap, that's not that crazy. So can I expect this to go back to all-time high? I certainly do. I certainly do expect PRQ to go back to their all-time high. Something to keep in mind. Now, what Kershak's saying is, hey, look, if you missed the BTC dip, if you missed all these, then the breakout play is your best friend, and you have ETH, BTC, FTT, and SOL. Now, again, I just want to reiterate that of all these coins right now, I'm super bullish on Ethereum. I'm just so bullish on Ethereum. What Ethereum is doing is just incredible, and people just want to downplay it. People want to hate on it, but Ethereum is the key use case here. They're bringing the entire NFT revolution. They brought the entire DeFi revolution, and they will continue to be the bastion, the center of revolution and innovation, I believe, here in crypto land. Do not sleep on ETH. It's becoming deflationary over time, slowly but surely, and the movement to proof of stake will make it an incredible yield-bearing coin as well. ETH is the thing that I plan to essentially sit on the most. Eventually, when I concentrate on my wealth, besides of course the project that I've actually founded and started and I have super long-term lifetime view on, ETH would be the thing that I'm trading my coins into. And again, we see here how Bitcoin just constantly rejects these traditional boomer patterns, what we call memes. This head and shoulders didn't play out. In fact, it went quite the opposite way, completely destroying this chart pattern. And so to put things in perspective, I wanted to bring up this tweet by Raoul Pal, which is fantastic, very educational. And he says, I see many people still calling crypto a bubble, and thus it is unsustainable. I mean, the price rise looks pretty crazy. The same with tech stocks and their overvaluation. Looks pretty nuts, right? Well, he says he personally remembers them saying this about Amazon pretty much since inception. But he didn't get that it was not about discounted cash flow business. It's a future potential cash flow business, a network effect stock valued on Metcalfe's law. Now, Metcalfe's law essentially has an exponent in it. The value of a network is equal to n squared, meaning every new participant brings an exponential multiplier to the value of the network. Thus, it was exponential in nature and required a log chart to understand. Now, a log chart essentially has the, on the right, the y-axis here is exponential. So it doesn't just go 1, 2, 3, it goes 1, 2, 4, 8, 10. You see on the right here, this does not line up so that each segment is equal linear to the segment before it. And we see that the jump here from 1,000 to 2,000 is the same as 2,000 to 4,000, etc. So when you put things on a log chart and you look at the actual tech stocks chart, it actually follows a beautiful, simple, linear fashion. There's no bubble here, except in 2000, which he said was one bubble and the rest is normal. Now, when you look at Bitcoin on a log chart, it's the same. There's one bubble in 2013 and a mild one. You see that it never even got that crazy like the actual tech bubble here. And so what is to be learned from this? This is a new business model, network effects. It's something that Facebook proved. It's something that Google proved. It's something that when a tech product reaches mass adoption, it's actually a network. It's not a business. And the network effect is an exponential multiplier on valuations. So you need to take your traditional basic mind of it's only gone up 2 times, it's only gone up $10, it needs to come down, because the reality is you need to look at things on a log chart to understand if things are dramatically out of whack. And exponential growth is a really tricky thing to understand. But the big benefit to you is that you need to understand that by getting in one day earlier, you have exponentially expanded your gains. And that's why being early literally pays you, and you and I and pretty much everyone have no freaking idea how big this can get because it's exponential in nature. When we think it can go to 500K, well, guess what? If we double the user base from there, it's actually going to like 50 million, right? Because it's not like, hey, we're at 500K Bitcoin, we double the users, we get to 1 million. No, we double the users, we have an exponential multiplier on all those users. This is Metcalfe's law. I do believe in Metcalfe's law. And essentially what is the cherry on top of this is that we're not even taking into account the USD inflation, the Fed balance sheet. So this is super, super important, is that these network effects were already there. And then we add the Fed expanding its balance sheets and the USD devaluing against these stocks, and you get an absolutely astronomical value proposal. So remember this as we're looking at the growth of these networks. So as you see, the regulators are here and they're going to force Binance into compliance, and that is going to drive more and more traffic to the DEXs, where the consumers will choose 9 times out of 10. And that means that DEXs are going to go crazy. The actual users joining those DEX networks are going to go parabolic, and the value of those DEXs, I believe, should grow exponentially. So I'm allocating heavily to DEXs right now. It's a simple, stupid way, in my opinion, to play this next move of the market, and it goes hand in hand with my prediction of DeFi fall or DeFi autumn. To make it very clear, I'm not saying DeFi will fall, I'm saying in fall, DeFi will moon. And that's my belief, is that DeFi and DEXs specifically will lead the charge here. But you know what else is a big DeFi play which nobody's talking about is old Stinky Link, who's really the king of DeFi. It is one of the first and most important DeFi tokens to lead the charge, and I believe that it will have its day once again. It's been long, long overdue. Seeing a $100 Link would not surprise me before the end of year. That's right, it feels as though the bull mania is back on, and if you haven't figured it out, a fresh trim and a tie-dye shirt, we're back in bull uniforms here. Let's get ready for the most important and transformational bull run of our lives. And this time we're wiser. We are not going to get fooled by the over frothy momentum that we had back in April. We're going to be taking profits on the way up, stashing them in long-term holds like Ethereum and these core protocols that will govern the future of our society. And of course, we will also be keeping a ton of dry powder on the sidelines for the next magnificent dip, just like the one we had. Well, we will be able to get access to our favorite coins at ridiculous discount bargain basement prices. Down markets are always a part of crypto, just like parabolic rises are. So keep that in mind. I hope this video has been packed with value as I promised it would, and if it is, go ahead, destroy that like button. It's all I ask. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. Now, of course, if you want the absolute best picks in the market, coins like QuickSwap before it even hit the market at below $40, coins that will come to completely radically change the crypto ecosystem, and getting into them first. That is the type of content I'm hyper focused on here on this channel, and if it's of value to you, then you should subscribe and put that bell notification on. It is the way to get into my head before anyone else. Now, of course, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's @ElioTrades. Link is in the description. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon on the next episode.